Good evening.
Good evening, Paresh in particular. Paresh, you were attempting CC4, and the objective of CC4 basically is to the focus is on the words that you use to make sure that your sentences are simple, short, and simple. So in other words, remember the KISS principle. You know KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. That's what your focus was, and I think you did a remarkable job in keeping your sentences and your paragraphs nice and simple. You know, Oscar Wilde, the American author, very famously said once, "I did not have time to write a short letter, and so I wrote a long one." Meaning, it's difficult to write simple, short sentences. And I thought you did that incredibly well. But having said that, if I were to give you some suggestions, you know, great speeches are never written, they are rewritten. Once you've written your draft, you should go back to it again and think about words that you can cut out, or you can express it differently. For example, there were a couple of times you've got to be careful about word echoes. In the first 2 or 3 minutes, the word venue came up at least half a dozen times. I went to the venue, I was thinking about the venue, I don't want to be late about the venue. Perhaps you could have said hotel, event, function, installation, you know, instead of using the same word again and again. Similarly, there were other word echoes like told me, he told me. You could have said he asked. Sometimes we mean said, but we say told. Again, you ask the banquet manager, and the banquet manager, he told me. You could have said he replied. So think about those little things, and that'll make your speech flow better. Also, there was a lot of stuff in the speech which didn't really add value. For example, I didn't eat my lunch today. How does it matter to what you're trying to say? So basically, if you want your speech to stick, if you want people to remember what Paresh delivered this evening, there has to be a takeaway. Think about a takeaway in every speech. You know? So what was your takeaway? What is it that you wanted the audience to think or do after your speech? And I thought that was missing, so you may perhaps want to think about that. And definitely read the CC4 or whatever CC you're attempting. Think about what are the objectives of this. You know, those 2 or 3 pages, read through it. And the focus of this one, in addition to being, to make sure that your sentences are simple, it was also about rhetorical devices. And I thought the similes, the metaphors, the alliterations, they were kind of missing. So you may want to think about this. If you want to attempt this again and then kind of move on, that would be good. That would be my recommendation. But then I thought in terms of, and I'm seeing you after a long time, in terms of your presence, the way you delivered, you were just fantastic. You entertained people, you were far more confident, but don't carry that piece of paper, that speech of yours over here. You don't need to, because you were so good. So keep it up and just think about how you can improve the structure of your speech. Well done.